What's going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're back with Starfield. So I believe we are nearing the end of the DLC. It seems like we've helped 2 of the 3 houses already, so we should only have 1 more to actually do before we fully finish out the game. Sorry about starting a little bit later today. OBS had a major update when I got home, so theoretically it should be fine, but just in case the quality is a little bit lower than normal, it's because they sort of changed a bunch of stuff. Hopefully everything is good though. It's mostly they worked on a bunch of memory leaks too, so it might be why we were having issues earlier on in the week with it. Alright, let's go see what these people have for us. Last house that we ended up saving, basically it turns out that we used up 90% of our healing items. Okay, so you're not here for us. We're good.
My wares have been tried and tested by the brave soldiers of Dazra. Well, look who it is. Dazra's very own guest of honor. You must have friends in high places, as I have been authorized to trade with you. I have some impressive firepower on offer.
You have my attention.
Of course I do. Now, what are you buying?
Let's see here. What do you have for sale? Are you a soldier?
No.
Alright, then what do you got for
I
sale?
don't know what hit them.
If you have anything to heal us, that'll be even better. But it does not look like you do. You have a whole bunch of like random weapons. Not really seeing anything unique here. Beowulf, Breach, Magshot. Alright, so the rest of that is just normal stuff. But are no good. This is not the direction. Alright, so we need to run up the stairs here.
This is foolish, Victor.
Ha!
The High Council needs access to the power grid if we hope to restore the city. Your inability to provide a legitimate excuse for denying them will only last so long.
Victoria is right. I know you're angry, but you can't let personal matters interfere with what may be best for everyone.
Personal matters? This is a Ministry of State matter, and I will handle it as I see fit. He is a traitor. He turned his back not only on his family, but on our people's entire belief system. The fact that he still breathes is a stain upon the House Vethal name.
You would doom us all with your pride.
I will do as I please as head of this house.
Hey, good evening, Hobbs.
If you are not a member of House Vethal, you do not belong here.
How is Star Citizen going? I saw that they had their 4.01 drop. We had to give it a little bit to let it, like cook some. Serpents guide you. I am Armature Jurassic, here to assist however I can. I was sent by the High Council to get your cooperation. Hello to you two.
So you are Anasco's chosen.
Is this not the opportunity you've been looking for, brother? A third party capable of finding Varric.
Yes, you said
Sure just got home?
Someone
Gotcha.
with no loyalties to speak of.
I ended up doing a fresh install for mine.
Honest, truly, his arrival is more than coincidence.
Serpent, give me strength. You both speak true. Perhaps I have reacted in haste. Tell me, Armature, are you well practiced in discretion?
You can have all the discretion you want for the right price. Demand 1,000, yes of course. I don't even know what discretion is. I feel like that's probably the best option for our playstyle.
So the council would send an untrustworthy fool to secure my cooperation.
Yep.
The sheer audacity. Without discretion, there is nothing left to say.
Do not be foolish, Victor. The Armature's presence here is a gift. Do not confuse providence for coincidence.
Very well. My son, Varric, has left. Essentially, he has abandoned his post. And not only did he turn his back on his house, but the great serpent as well. He is a traitor and must be dealt with as such.
Victor, surely you don't mean it.
He does, Luther. He is allowing his fervent pride and anger to cloud his judgment. What my brother is trying to say is that he wishes his own son dead. First, we lose Vashti to that malignance tearing through Dazra. And now you so willingly offer up Varric. As if our house has not suffered enough loss already.
So they completely changed the way OBS works now, so it has like its own built-in bot to grab chat, so I believe everything should be like normal. I don't know if it's actually duplicating inside. I assume it's acting like normal though, so on YouTube it still should show like Hobbs. Yeah, still shows that he spoke. I didn't know if that would actually work or not. Killing Varric for leaving sounds extreme to me. Death is the fate of all traitors. Why would Varric leave at a time like this?
Because he let his weakness get the better of him. He sees himself as a prisoner in this life. He runs from a duty that others would spend their lives coveting. He is my son. He does not get to choose. He was born to inherit my title, and he knows the punishment for refusing to honor it.
What did Varric do to turn his back on the Great Serpent?
My son denounced the very faith that defines Varun society. He dared to blame Anasco for the state of Dazra. Dared to call our faith in the Great Serpent blind. It is heresy and punishable by death.
This is Vashti.
I will not speak of her with an outsider, promised or not. Your focus is solely on Varric.
Death is the fate of all traitors.
If only my sister and husband had your sensibility. I do not wish Varric dead, but as head of the Ministry of State, he left me no choice. All must serve. Those who refuse will be met with death.
As law is law, Varric is your son, you couldn't make an exception. How does Varric's death relate to the power grid access?
The shame Varric brought upon this house is immeasurable. It stains the very foundation. I will not act until this house is in order and its members are properly aligned with the Great Serpent.
Have you dealt with this yourself?
I will not have it known that I declared my own son a heretic and allowed him to escape our grasp. This knowledge weakens the Ministry of State's authority, something we cannot risk at this time. This is why my interest turned to a third party, someone outside of the noble houses, but we have yet to determine someone trustworthy enough. Until now.
Until now. What does the Ministry of State have to do with it?
Our duty as wardens is to keep the populace tasked and loyal. All must serve, both the Great Serpent and House Varun. No exceptions. Those who refuse must be cleansed to stop the spread of corruption.
It's the law is law, and Varric is your son, you couldn't make an exception.
Exceptions show weakness, and we cannot afford to show weakness at a time like this.
We have done the same for less. You act as if death is the only answer. What about forgiveness?
Morning, Mustang.
I will not risk the ministry's authority on the actions of my own son, even if he is my chosen heir. If the High Council wants my cooperation, I need you to find Varric and carry out his sentence.
And I would ask you to spare him. My brother is acting under impulse, not reason.
I have never been more clear. Speak against me one more time, and you will regret it. Varric has a signet ring with House Vithal's family crest. Bring it to me as proof of death.
Don't show weakness.
Only then will I grant you access to the power grid.
It's the will of the serpent, it will be done. I'll see what I can do. This is ridiculous. I agree with Victoria. There must be another way.
I commend you for your faith. A sad day indeed when an outsider is more devout than my own son. I recommend you start by speaking to patrons of the Herald's Rest. Some of Varric's associates there may know where he went, but keep in mind, anyone who has directly aided him in hiding is an accomplice and shares his fate.
See to any accomplices are executed. Hopefully no one was stupid enough to help him. I'll use my best discretion when the time comes.
See to it you do. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Varric for personal reasons. I will
He does
not
seem a little
miss a word of his
upset.
disappearance. Getting out before I can say the situation has been handled.
Alright, so you want me to spare the boy. He wants me to kill him. You literally told us nothing at all what you want.
Remember,
we can borrow?
Archer, that I would ask you to spare my nephew.
You have a job to do, Armiger. Get it done.
That's
So many
right.
lives lost.
It's our job to put the boy down.
Another.
Well, that was no joke, straight to the point.
Ever vigilant. Heresy must be exposed.
You know, you think aiming a gun at people, they'd actually have like a little bit of reaction to it? Not a single thing. Play as seen a bit, see the new update. Honestly, I'm just sort of giving it some time to let everything like iron out. Last time we tried playing when the servers like freshly got updated, it worked really good, but the problem is if you get like lagged out, you're going to be stuck in a forever queue of rejoining the game. So I'd just rather skip the whole queue time. Hopefully it's getting better though. That's the, you know, obviously I don't want the game to fail. I do enjoy Star Citizen, so I really hope that they find a way to increase A, the money, and B, the servers working. Even Star Wars Outlaw NPCs don't react when you point a gun on them. Did you see that they completely reworked that game, Mustang? I know where I'm going.
The Great Serpent watch over you.
Supposedly, somehow Ubisoft like patched out Star Wars Outlaws because it was such a failure that now they increased the stealth elements in it. Which I'm not really sure how a franchise that did like Assassin's Creed messed up like the stealth part and like forced you to do it without allowing you to go in loud when even Assassin's Creed allows the option to do it the other way.
I am grateful for the downtime.
The only complaint I have about this game is the oxygen. It's like you walk 20 steps and you're out of breath. But, let's see here. Ubisoft is done for? Everyone says that, but I don't necessarily believe it until Ubisoft themselves puts it out. Thing is, I don't really know if Assassin's Creed is like their biggest flagship that's going to be happening this year. Because they also had Beyond Good and Evil 2. I don't know if that was coming out this year or if it got delayed to next year. That was one title that I was kind of excited for. It looked pretty cool, or I thought at least. Is Beyond Good and Evil canceled?
Sometimes it feels
I'll have
like
to look
we
it
are
up.
not making any progress.
Proposal, by the way. Went to the internet and says no, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is not cancelled. They ever show anything beyond the first teaser for that? I do not know that. I don't think they have.
Yes?
Yes. Who are you?
Can I get you anything?
So yeah, for sale? I'm looking for Varric Methal.
Varric? Depends on who's looking for him. And why, of course.
His father. The guy owes me a drink and said to meet up here. I'm an old friend, I was hoping to catch up. I'm here on behalf of his family, they're worried.
Sounds like you're here on official business then. Truth is, I haven't seen him for a few days myself. But if you find him, tell him he better come check on his tab. I know he's good for it, but since he gave Eggy permission to use it, it's sky high.
His brother here, surely you must know something.
I'm sorry, but when it comes to house business, I stay as far away as possible.
An assassin, I guess. No one wanted to make it co-op and everyone will play it. Oh, sorry. The new assassin. If no one wants to play it, they should make it co-op and everyone will play it. That honestly is probably true. If they made a co-op game, it'd probably do much better. Sort of like Far Cry. Far Cry's always been able to do solo, and also you're able to have at least like one friend join your world. Far Cry's always been fun, so I don't see why they don't take the team. Far Cry put it on Assassin's Creed, since Assassin's Creed seems to be having issues lately. Yeah, he could be in trouble.
Varric always was one to act on impulse.
Just really need to see a friendly face. He's helped me through a lot. I have some news he'd really like to hear.
As much as I hate to block good news, I really can't help you.
I'll be in trouble.
He's smarter than that. He can take care of himself. I'm sorry. I really can't help you. Unless a drink might ease your troubles.
I wish you could react to NPCs and just sit there and shoot this one. She caused this. She's trying to get the guy killed. Alright, you there.
Another drink will not hurt. It's been a hard day.
Don't seem like you're going to help.
Seems it has been one
How about you?
Any free drinks from you? This railing is taken. And no, I'm not looking for company.
You're looking for Varric with Hall? I'm not here to visit, I'm looking for Varric.
Oh, of course. Who would be looking for me anyway? And why should I know anything about the heir apparent? I'm nobody. Ask him yourself, if you find him.
If I'm asking everyone, not just you, from your tone you know him better than you let on.
Do I? Perhaps at one point, I thought I did. There.
This Assassin's Creed, or your first Assassin's Creed game was Odyssey?
And the next, I've searched all of Dazra for him. But he's gone. Couldn't even leave a note. That means he either doesn't want to be found or... well, I prefer not to think about it.
So, honestly, Odyssey, Valheim, and... or sorry, Odyssey and Valhalla and Origins, that's where the series sort of, like, altered a little bit, in my opinion. I preferred the old way. The thing is, I like open world games, but you have to make it to where it's fun to, like, go around in the open world. Sort of like Star Citizen, how in, like, Pyro, it's, like, 10 minutes to go from point A to B, and there's nothing, like, to do in between. It just seems like there's, like, a lot of dead space that's really wasted. And I think these bigger Assassin's Creed games are the exact same way. The old ones were a lot more on rails, but they also had more content, like the cities felt a lot more populated since everything was more focused in, like, certain areas. I don't really care about walking across the map 20 minutes to get to the target location. And I also hate the fact that if the dude's, like, level 50 and I'm level 30, I can't just go around and assassinate him. So that's my gripes on Assassin's Creed. I like the old way. Like, probably Unity, where they quit.
So, what if I did? Like I said, he doesn't want to be found.
If he's out there injured, I have training to save him.
He's probably fine. He can take care of himself.
Game P to the 3-2s. I mean, Unity wasn't that... The only thing Unity lied to was the fact that, like, oh, consoles can't handle more than 2 people connected to a world. That was total lie, and everything else, I actually thought Unity was a good storyline. I thought it was fun. Same with Syndicate. And Brotherhood and that third one. I think Brotherhood and... I think Brotherhood's the one you're thinking of. Black Flag is the third one. It's not like you can just disappear. If we pull that resource together, we can figure something out.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. Are you sure you searched everywhere? Surely he must have dropped a hint or two. Must have left some sort of clue.
Nope. Nothing.
Ah, the Ezio
Enough of
trilogy.
this. Please leave me alone. I don't want to think about him anymore.
I just cannot believe.
Alright, so far we are 2 for 2, with neither person wanting to help save this guy. Sometimes we're going there to kill him, but we're not going to tell him that part. My favorite is Odyssey? I'm so sorry, Mustang. Well, at least you played Black Flag. You get a little bit of pirateness to you.
Another drink will not hurt.
Though Black Flag, I don't see how they messed it up going from Black Flag to Skull and Bones. They should have kept that same formula. Stand down the most important and fleshed out character in the series. But not just that, they sort of like, they fleshed out the Animus and they had like a really cool storyline. And then after the Ezio trilogy, they just sort of Oh, sorry. I liked Altair too. Altair and Ezio had like the best storylines, and then they also had like a modern day connection to the world.
Great serpent, keep you.
After that, they just sort of got rid of it, and it's like, oh, well, here is this area that you're going to speak to this dude, and then you go back over in the Animus.
You seem to be
It
doing
doesn't really
well.
feel like you're being hunted down as much.
I'll drink to that.
Oh, what do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
Looking for Varric.
You and me both. The worst thing that can possibly happen happens. And then he disappears. I mean, come on, we're supposed to be friends.
Sure, he has good reason. Friends don't like friends drink alone. A good friend doesn't abandon someone in their time of need. What's the worst thing that could possibly happen?
Exactly. You get it. You'd think B would at least be commiserating with me. But I'm suddenly too drunk to deal with.
I wonder why.
Some friend she is. All she cares about is Varric.
Should be supporting one another? She's just processing in her own way? We were friends by association. Maybe she has a point as far as the alcohol's concerned.
And I guess I am too. I just want Varric to show up so things can get back to normal. Whatever that is.
Did I play when they had Marvel Avengers? Are you talking about the Marvel Avengers game, Mustang? I played that a little bit. We never actually got through it. I think I got, like, halfway through the story, I believe. Captain Marvel found, like, the desert region, and then I quit playing. Must have trusted you with some information.
Did he trust me?
Did you go through all the story, Mustang?
I just don't know anymore.
Friends trust friends with information. If you dropped some sort of hint in your last conversation, did anything stand out last time we spoke?
We may have been friends, but some things you just keep to yourself. Wait. I think I remember something now. Tane! He mentioned talking to Tane one day about getting off-world, seeing the settled systems. We never thought he was serious, and even if he wasn't... Tane still might know something.
What do you mean they deleted it? I'm sure everything played all the co-op missions and the DLC. Like it's removed from the Steam store? Like delisted? Or what do you mean? Just tell me where I can find Tane. It's a good start. I'll try to find Tane.
Tane's a regular. I'm sure he'll be by any minute if you just want to take a seat.
Read it. Tane at Harold's Rest. Can I actually take a seat?
The Great Serpent will deliver us from this. I know it.
Good luck on your search.
Wait 6 hours. Gotta be late into the night, and then people start showing up to the bar. Or early in the morning.
I hope you find Varric. We've lost too many already.
Game is discontinued now, less players, and the budget was low, so they made it unavailable in the stores. You can only play it if you haven't already. Really? I knew that happened to, can't even think of the name. There's a hero shooter that Sony just made. I knew that one got delisted. I didn't know anything about, Adventures though. That's weird. Hard to enjoy a bottle of Koza when this view, it just doesn't taste the same without my old friends here. I think this will be my last drink before I join them in the crater. Thank you for the memories. Updates for the game. I gave up when they did that. I don't know, it's one of those things where they got a little greedy. Like locking behind Spider-Man to like a
Telling how long it will
system
take to
exclusive. That was kind of stupid. Can't believe they actually did that.
Hey, aren't you that outsider made promise that showed up here recently?
Serpent bless you. I've been shown the rightful path. Yep, that's me. I prefer not to talk about it. Sure, if you believe all that mumbo jumbo.
Yeah? A personal thing, huh? Don't worry, I'm not here to judge. I'm an outsider myself. It's hard to get into the whole giant snake thing.
Ah, a heretic then. Nice to see a fellow outsider around here.
Tell me about it. I've been toting stuff back and forth for these people for years and still get the cold shoulder most places I go. But then these people lose half their city and you show up, and suddenly it's divine intervention.
I saw a rumor yesterday that a new company is making an open world Marvel's Avengers game. See, now if they do it correctly, I think that would be really cool. Like, honestly, Marvel Avengers should have succeeded. It does great in movies, it does great in comics, but for some reason it just didn't, like, scale correctly to video games. I'm not sure, like... I would say probably the best form that they could copy is maybe like a Far Cry, like have it a little bit comedic, but at the same time kind of a serious tone. That would probably work. Maybe focus on... Well, the problem is you have to sort of balance like Hulk, all the other like super overpowered ones, and that's probably where like the hardest part of balancing comes into play. Well, I understand, Anas Maroon. I'm certain it's the Great Serpent's intervention.
So I've heard. You got something about you, that's for sure. Anyway, enough about that. What can I do you for?
Last few Far Cry games were very questionable. I thought Far Cry... Well, 6 wasn't too bad. I didn't like Far Cry 5, but I like the Far Cry New Dawn, which was basically like their little side story. But they like overhauled the story, and I thought it was much better after they overhauled it. They definitely sort of lost like the whole bad guy villain arc though. I think Far Cry 3 peaked when it came to villains in that area. Sort of like with DC Comics, how they have really good bosses and then the TV shows are just way better like written. Like it was the better written back in the day, and then they have a decent-ish boss in the newer ones. Well, missions were not long, and the game was only PvE. If I had a bit of PvP, at least the PvP community would have hold the game for the rest of us. Problem is, Mustang, you have to balance a game to where you're supposed to have entities that are supposed to be invincible. There's not too many things that's supposed to be able to take on Hulk. Hulk's supposed to get really angry, and he's supposed to get even stronger every time he gets more angry. So, to balance that, it'd be almost impossible, because Hulk would be impossible to kill. Regardless of what Thanos thinks, because, I mean, technically in the movie, Thanos should have got his butt kicked by Hulk, because Hulk should have got angry, he shouldn't have gotten scared. You know where I can find Varric for Thal?
That's so. Well, I guess that depends, Armiger. Who wants to know?
The Armiger! An anonymous third party, I'm looking on behalf of the House of Thal.
Well, in that case, I can't help you. Although, let's just say after what went down here, my retirement's looking imminent, and I haven't exactly been saving up for a rainy day. So if you're feeling generous, maybe we can help each other out.
He was powerful, but I don't think he was as powerful as he could have been. So deal, credits for Varric's location. Yeah, I don't have that money on me.
Sounds like you're out of luck then.
Yohanim is punishable by death. Tell me what you know, or I'll report you to House Thal. Fine, I'll look into raising some credits for the retirement fund of yours.
You really know how to make your own luck, don't you?
I do.
I'm pretty sure he's heading into the Highlands. Just not sure where. But I do have the means to track him. So you just say the word and we're off to the races.
Good, let's go. Track him. Have a tracker on Varric. You're coming with me?
Yep. When it comes to my stuff, it's like a package deal. I'm not just gonna hand off valuable tech to some stranger.
Alright.
After you. Once we're outside of Dazra, I'll fire up my tracker, and fingers crossed, it'll lead us right to him. Just head out the west gate, should be the fastest route.
As you say, you only play the campaign mode. Trust me, I had my Hulk fully maxed out in both mythical and normal skills. That's very possible, Mustang.
Why would I?
So what would you like to see in an open world Marvel game then? Want it to go like X-Men routes? Like,
Seems really so great.
where would you draw the line at Marvel? go like a full Disney approach and have like every single hero possible? Like, would you introduce Ghost Rider like everybody else, have like different vehicles to drive around the world? Spider-Man, I don't know how you would handle that because you'd be mostly stuck to like cities. Although if you had enough like trees in an area, I guess technically he could like live across the tree line. Iron Man, he could fly anywhere. Hulk, he could jump anywhere. Let's see. Doctor Strange, he can make a portal anywhere. Thor could fly. Yeah, I think the only problem would be Spider-Man. He was so powerful, Thor was unmatched. I think what Marvel's Avengers should have done, where they sort of failed at, is it would have been really cool. I don't know if you ever played like the story to Grand Theft Auto 5, how they like were able to swap characters like seamlessly like that. I think that's what they were trying to do with Marvel Avengers, and they just didn't have the storytelling to do it in that game. Hold on, we should probably put a spacesuit on. The issue is how they will do the flying mechanic for Thor and Iron Man. What do you mean? I feel like those are the two easiest ones. Like, are you also including X-Men in the world? Because then you also have Storm to worry about. Obviously, you have some X-Men who just can't fly at all. That dude was supposed to be coming with us. Anyone? So it must be have to go up the hill then. The generation we have now, they don't know anything about X-Men. Technically, I mean, they're supposed to be introducing it after this whole next iteration set. Wait for them at all costs. Oh, you don't think Deadpool would fit? We had all the Marvel characters that have been in the movies of Marvel. So we got 156. We're getting closer. Will fit perfectly. So follow the lights. It's higher a second ago. I wish we actually had like a live counter. Yeah, so 53, so it must be somewhere around here then. So we need to be inside the rock possibly? the other side. Some candles. Let's see here. To play Far Cry on the PlayStation 5 when I had it, I think they don't have the field of view slider on the console. Honestly, I thought it was a really fun game. I also enjoyed Assassin's Creed for a while though. And I sort of outgrew it though, considering the fact they changed it to that open world take. It's kind of weird because it seems like a lot of people prefer that style. This doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed to me. Bloodstain is large. It's been hard to tell how much blood was lost. There's no body here, so the victim may still be alive. Got a safe underneath the bed. Let's see, let's do... That means you have to do that. And bigger one over this way. It have to be that way then. That was rotated, it would work. Never mind, it's close enough. So we'll sleep for 2 hours. You don't like the games without field of view sliders, Mustang? Is that what the problem is? I've done it! I've left my father is furious. I've never seen him so angry. I was always figured he knew this day was coming, but perhaps he's just delusional. This proves he's never seen things my way, that I made the right decision, but my mind still bombards me with questions. Did I act too quickly? What about Victoria and Luther? What about Edgy and Bee? What will my father do now? My only hope is for sleep at this point is that exhaustion will simply shake me. It's a tracking device that thing gave Valeric. Tane turned off the ping when you arrived. Valeric left the tracker here. He left in a hurry. So he knew we were coming. So we got that, we have the blood. Pie. As expected, I didn't sleep well last night. At least this morning I can turn to my camp and think about what to do next. Planning ahead certainly paid off. I've been slowly building up this area ever since Tate and I first discussed plans to get off the Ruin Kai. I figured I need a safe place if I had to leave it unexpectedly and lay low. I have the tracking device he gave me, so I can only hope he puts 2 and 2 together. In the meantime, I'm hoping to distract my mind by organizing my temporary home here. Who knows how long it might be before Tane finds me. Tane wasn't even looking for you, buddy. I don't play if the game doesn't have a field of view slider. Also, another reason why I didn't play Cyberpunk. I think Cyberpunk does have it. Also, Warzone didn't have the field of view slider when it was released for console. I didn't play it until they added the field of view slider. Mustang, that's interesting. There must be another clue that we're missing. So we got the blood. That was over here. Trying to make the camp himself. Let's play versus PC players in Warzone where they had a field of view slider. It was so unfair. So the funny thing is, PC players complain about console players getting aimbot, technically. Or aim assist, I guess, is the appropriate way of saying it. Yet you're saying it's due to the field of view slider. I don't really change field of view anyway in the games I play. So we got some milk. Some new chair. I assume if we walk down the hill, it's going to tell us to go around, right? Yeah. So what we're missing is up here somewhere. You increase your field of view, you have bigger view, but your aim will be a bit bad. Did you make a clip of getting ran over, Mustang?
Doesn't scare you much, does it?
That was not to go through that. So where are we missing? Hey, Joe Mama, how's it going? Is the game running smoothly for you? I swear I walked over here several times. You told me now there's something. This creature's long body looks like it's made of tentacles and bones. Its sharp teeth and multiple eyes make it look especially alien. First thing I checked when I got an SC was the field of view. Prints are sporadic, but the tread tells you they are only from one person. The final prints head west. Valric must have fled the camp after attempting to pull up a small fight. That is the reason why we have slowdown time. Yeah, take that, you dumb whore.
Hope you can handle this. Sorry, Captain. I lost it. Could just stay away. Could.
Is the bird helping? When I won live is finally out to preview and 324 are gone. I saw that, boss hound. Waiting for the servers to get a little bit more stable because I'm assuming there's going to be some issues before everything works out on there. I have no clue if that bird was attacking us or if he was just in like the wrong place at the wrong time. I'll say now though. Mustang, you have my boxes! That's a good point, Joe Mama. I remember I was telling Vinny Mustang about that last time. I don't know if they actually took it off. T says the F8C might be available for purchase for 12 million. I'm not sure. That's a possibility, because I mean, it's been out for a while. The only problem is that used to be like one of the ships that you had to spend like 20 grand in the game for it to be bought. And then there was a controversial thing with the golden tickets, and then it allowed anyone to buy it. And then if they made it like, he was claiming Microtech. Babbage. If they made it available for purchase in-game, it'd be nice, but at the same time, there'd be so many people angry about that I feel like there'd be a lot more outrage.
All my years and all the planets I've been on. Never gonna get used to those things.
At least they aren't as common as the Phantoms. Give it time. I'm sure they're connected to the Scaled Citadel experiment.
Sure looks like it. Damn house we're on. Wiping out half their city and bringing in horrors like these. At least I don't see a body around here, so I hope that means Varric's alive. You find anything?
Found some blood, found a creature that he might have been eating, and I found that he ran off to the west. His bloodstained Varric must have been injured.
Injured? Hope he doesn't bleed out by the time we find him. Well, what's next? Varric must have fled in a hurry since his tracker's still here. So guess the rest is up to us.
Track him, he's injured, so it shouldn't be too hard. We try to pick up his trail at the base of the camp. So much technology, guess we're going old school for tracking.
Technology is always finding a way to let me down. Time to go analog, but be warned, these old eyes have seen better days. No pun intended. Let's head back down and see what we can find. And by we, I mean you.
Wow, it's almost as if you're talking to a player and you're just an NPC who's not going to do a thing. He's aware of it, though. so they said we need to head west. I'm guessing that just means head down the mountain trail and find the footprints from there. Yeah, if they sold the F8C in New Babbage, I feel like a lot of people would be angry about it. At the same time, by the way, your inventory should be over inside of your home station, but they also got rid of any upgrades that you bought for ships. So like if you bought like attritions for any of your vehicles, unfortunately that all got wiped out. You still get to keep the money though, at least. The temperature fluctuates greatly out here. Nothing that will hurt me, but finding comfort is impossible. I have been tired and hungry. With little food or sleep, I miss my family. But is that not the point? Though I'm where the Great Serpent guides me, it is undeniable. His power of the presence grows stronger every hour that wanes. In half a day, I will be there. The peak lies just beyond the fog. So they wanted to sell it for 20k? I think he said 12k. Oh, so sorry. You meant the, on the website. Originally, the F8C was a reward for getting to the concierge status. Then they made it available for purchase if you had a golden ticket. Also, like the other first reward of getting to that point. The footprints are less sporadic. You can tell that someone rested here and they headed to the northwest. So we need to go down and around. The dude's injured walking through like this scorpion infested area. Man's definitely dead. No need to even search. Yeah, $20,000 is what that ship used to technically cost. The game's already paid to win. Imagine giving another player a unique and powerful fighter just because they spend so much. Is it really pay to win though, Mustangs? I mean, technically you can fully compete if you have like a Buccaneer. You're able to take out most ships. I don't know about the players though, like light fighters are probably going to have some major issues with that ship. Currently though, as it, well, let's say the old build, technically Buccaneer, F7s, like enough of the cheap fighter pilot ships, they are technically able to take on the bigger ships. So it's not fully pay to win. Dude, it's way pay to win, just accept it please. Most of the ships you can buy in-game is the thing. So to a point, I guess technically it could be considered pay to win. Seems friendly. Okay, you cannot pet the space cow dog mutant thing. It's alright, run! You're free! Go! I'll figure it out eventually. I'll do my default cargo hauling and make that money. First, I will check to vouch if it's there.
Caregiver protocol.
Going to make 12.8 million in one night, Mustang?
That's far enough, strangers. You want to tell me what you're doing on my property uninvited?
Servant's blessing, sister. We came in search of Varric Vithal. We're looking for Varric Vithal on behalf of the House Vithal. I am Armister Jurassic. We're looking for Varric. We're looking for an injured young man that may have passed through here. I go where I want.
Varric Vithal, as in Victor's son? Haven't seen him, ever, in fact. Besides, what would the heir of House Vithal be doing on my farm?
Good question. He's injured. We're worried about him. We know he came this way.
I can understand that, but
And then if I get the caterpillar, not one night though, a couple of days.
People here are my partner Zen and our daughter Mila. No one comes around here. We're isolated, and that's the way we like it.
Don't forget, Mustang, it's also going to require the cargo missions to work. It should be completely fine, though, since it's a fresh server shard. You know, the next few days, it should be very safe to do cargo missions and until it's broken. As long as they don't decide to start destroying things, like Orison, for example, is going to be a hotspot. All of, like, the trade posts probably are going to have some issues. Like Brio Samsung Salvage Yard, I don't know if that's going to be able to survive. Last time people, it seemed like were intentionally breaking them. Same with Fletcher. I don't know if people were intentionally having that many bodies pile up on the elevator, like to break it, or if it was a total accident because it got broken. Can't get out of my hangar in Orison. Oh my god, you picked Orison? Honestly, I was thinking about picking New Babbage. Just because Orison has the duplicating bugs from on missions, that's the only reason why I would pick that. Orison's my home though, but I feel like New Babbage is probably smarter. His injuries may need special treatment, please.
All right, fine.
Irina, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Zen, yes, I know quite well.
That's right.
Never
Move it.
mind my partner, they're just overly cautious. As I said before, I've never seen Varric Bethal. We keep to ourselves. There's no reason for a path to cross. But we did aid an injured young man a few days ago.
That's gotta be Varric.
It's too coincidental. It must have been him.
Said I will be free last night when I handed myself in. It was 3-hour sentence. When I logged in today, I was still at CS3. You're still at CS3, Mustang, because you have to go over to the elevator. And, alright, so your time served is technically finished, but you have to actually go out to the exit elevator and leave. Although, with 4.01, I figured that everyone's crime stats would be removed, so it's interesting to see that you're still in prison. Did you know where Varric went?
We sent him north. There's a long-abandoned growth farm we felt he could make use of. He claimed he lost everything in the incident that swallowed half of Dazra. He wanted to start a new life. We even gave him 2 of our own growths to get started.
That's all I needed. We'll be on our way. Thank you for your help. Any a traitor is punishable by death. We're suspicious of him at all.
You're welcome, and safe travels. If you find him, give him our regards.
I don't know if he'll be fond of you being a snitch. Owner saw nothing. Alright, so let's see. Is there anything good? Obviously, I mean, we kind of borrowed some healing items, but I feel like we kind of need those at the current time, so we may as well, you know, take the best use of it. Okay, so they have a way up top.
Great Serpent guide you.
This is a cool little room. Do you feel like Star Citizen could use like the same little approach though? This feels a little bit more like an actual outpost compared to just like the bunkers inside of Star Citizen. It'd be nice to have like an actual like research post every now and then, which maybe that's what the Endeavor is supposed to like tie into eventually, because they are supposed to have a research ship technically. Can't leave the hangar, do a backspace first and put all your stuff in storage. That was removed and their server was working perfect until I lost internet. Are you stuck in the server shard already? So here. What do you mean? Cold weather. Alright, so let's see. You managed to get out? Sweet. How'd you get out? Is it just pure luck, or is there a workaround that you found? Search the dwelling. I'm feeling that this man's probably not going to be very happy that we're here.
Because I do not experience boredom.
I excel in the performance of menial tasks.
They say they gave this man cows. I don't see anything around here. So they build him up, give him some giant building off to the distance, and some farm animals. They're telling me they didn't think he was royalty. It's just some random dude's like, yeah, I'm injured. I want to start anew. Right. It's because I was hovering when I called ATC. I landed and the door opened. New live, working great, but my internet dropped out for some reason, but I'm heading back in. Nice, Doggy. Where are you picking as your home station? So that's just the door to the outside. It's never as simple as just like open the door and find the guy. So he must have left in a hurry and left a clue somewhere around here where he went. See you in a bit, Acid? Alright, Mustang, see you later. Alright, so we've got the door out here. So we found the cows. Is that at the very top? So we grab the thingamajig. Picked up obituary. Items from my kid I like. I picked Pyro for when you get ganked. You don't have to spend all the time just to get back to Pyro. Hey Ray, it's going pretty good. I believe I'm pretty close to the end of Starfield, DLC at least. Have one more house to satisfy before we get to like the epic conclusion. Sure, at least. Haven't finished the base game or the DLC. Yes. So, just so you're aware, this is not a spoiler. But if you get to the end game and you go to turn the quest in, it's one of those games that they don't actually ask you to start New Game Plus, they just immediately put you into New Game Plus. So if you're wanting to do any base building or any of that fun stuff, just beware whenever you get to the conclusion, you'll know what it is when you get there. You might want to finish your quest or build your ships if you're wanting to get that done. Although it resets anyways in New Game Plus, so it doesn't really matter, necessarily. First entry of my, first entry of the first day of my new life, I hope. I suppose I'm a growth farmer now and have been along from a heir apparent, but I am thankful for the distance. Yes, quite a bit has happened to me since I wrote. Tane never came, and I had to flee when Vortex horrors found me and attacked. Perhaps I have my father of all people to thank for those combat lessons he forced me through. Some kind farmers took me in and helped patch me up. They were respectful of my privacy and even pointed me here after telling them a version of my plight. Should my father send anyone after me, I can only hope my remaining anonymous keeps them safe. Some food? Got you, Ray. Alright, so we got one of the clues. Alright, so that's just a snack. Let's see. So there must be another note around here somewhere that we're missing. Stairs. Now, you would think it would be somewhere inside, like, the bedroom, maybe. Aha! Bad people, bad jokes. Why did the chicken cross the road? Huh? What's a chicken? Knock knock, who's there? Planet 2. If I throw a party, will you help me plan it? Ecliptic mercenary says to a woman, I've been hired to kill you, and I always get the job done. Woman says, can't we talk about this, son? You keeping it in suspense. How do you get a Freestar Collective kick out of a tree? You wave. Louis Luppard's Bad People and Bad Jokes Volume 2 is the follow-up to his original work, and just like his predecessor, has become a cold hit. Long Braid Inn, where I disconnected and the mission's still active and tracking. Nice, Doki. That's awesome. Today was great. I got up early, fed the goats. I think I'll name the female Bella. Not sure on the male yet. I took account for the repairs needed and was at least able to get this old computer up and running. It gives me hope that I may be able to fix it up for the Model A's as that have been abandoned here. I just think I argued with my father over the need for engineering skills. If I ever hear news of Dazra returning to normal, perhaps I'll initiate contact with Tane again. A life far away from serpents and house politics, that's all I really want. But for now, isolated growth farmer is good enough. Everything's catching up with me again. My father, what I've done, the people I've left behind. Most of all, I miss my sister. I never thought I'd have left her. Was a ring, I never thought I'd lose her. And now I'm dying to hear her voice, to have her reassure me that I've made the right decision. She's been my voice of reason for almost my entire life. She always the one I could talk to about anything, no matter how big or small, or how much she may disagree with me. She should have been the one to take our father's place, not me. When all A's are up and running, it should be a good day, but once again, I find myself riddled with guilt over what I've done. I keep replaying the last moments of my father over in my head. It's not even his words, it's the look of betrayal on his face. He responded with anger, but the blow I struck was deep. I told him I couldn't stand by and watch them destroy themselves, but I rejected everything he stands for. House Vithal, House Varun, and the Great Serpent, and of course, I know fully well that my actions would require him to do as head of Ministry of State. It is now the position of conflict I put myself in. The question remains whether he can let me go or if I'll find one day wake up in Vithal's wardens at my door. Alright, so that's 2 out of the 3, I'm assuming. Ooh, alien pie. Well, sleep in the bed for 2 hours. So we got that. So I assume that'd be everything for down here, and it looks like the waypoint actually has moved out to the outside.
Makes me busy if you got this much done. Nothing going on out here. How about you? Find anything?
Yeah, I found out he's been waiting for you for forever. Varric's not home, but this is where he's been living. Only some logs, but Varric is living here.
Never thought of Varric as the Dear Diary type. Sounds like it's a waiting game then.
It seems I have uninvited guests. You want to explain yourselves?
Whoa, hey, it's me. Dang. Put the gun down already.
It's not you I'm concerned about. It's your friend.
Heretic at last, prepare to be made dust for your blasphemy. I'm Armiger Jurassic. I'm here to carry out your sentence as a traitor. Your father sent me to kill you.
I wish I could say I was pleased to meet you, but something tells me this isn't a social call. Please, if you're here on my father's orders, allow me to plead my case.
You may speak, but no, I will not be swayed. Alright, say your piece. Of course, I'd like to know your side of the story.
I'm glad someone does for once. I am not sure how familiar you are with our culture, but all I've ever wanted was the right to choose. I was born House Vithal. I was raised to inherit the role of Elder, to run the Ministry of State, to worship the Great Serpent. but I want none of it.
Sole responsibility is to your house. There's always a choice and born privilege, but you don't want the responsibility. Boo-hoo. It's not the life I'd want either.
With House Vithal, easier said than done.
It's never mattered how much I tried to reason with him. My father simply would not let me go. His pride and the fear of what it would mean for House Vithal is all he cares about.
Honor is not what you want. We do what the Great Serpent requires of us. Abandoning your role would bring great shame upon your house. Parents trying to ruin your life, I get it. As a parent, he should support you. What does your leaving mean for House Vithal?
Shame, embarrassment, fuel for the other houses to ridicule my father. I don't want any of that for him, but he left me no choice. If he would have listened just once, maybe I could have left on good terms with my father's blessing. Control the narrative, as they like to say.
Abandoning your role will bring great shame upon your house. So, I mean, technically if he supported him, that would sort of fix everything.
But it should matter. All I want is to make my own life. Something Tane understood and was willing to help me with.
The credits help too. But yeah, guess you got the whole scoop now.
Test out the fortune some more. Seems like a decent ult to the Vulture Plus might have some more SCU storage possibly. What are you talking about the fortune? In Star Citizen or which game, right? Is that out already? I didn't know the fortune was out. Realized we were going to be helping a trader.
I realized I was going to help a friend. And yeah, I knew the risks. That's why we had the tracker. I needed Barrick to get far enough
I didn't know that.
from Dazra so I could safely pick him up and get him out of here.
Last time you were continuing to aid the trader, and that explains the tracker. So that's why you're looking for Barrick.
Yep. We had a few things to discuss. I lost my ship to the incident, so I didn't want Barrick running off thinking I could just grab him and go. I was also out all the credits he was gonna pay me. That's where you came in. I figured, why not 2 for the price of 1? I didn't realize it was gonna turn into a whole thing.
So, now you know my true intentions for leaving, and given the circumstances, I may be here for some time. My hope now is to make the best of it here.
You need to return to your duty as House Vithal's heir. For some why you chose to leave now of all times.
I suppose
160 warbound, 175 on standard.
The truth is, the scaled citadel was the last straw.
Is it a ship or a ground vehicle?
Blinded by faith and politics, they don't see how it's destroying us. Anasko Varun eliminated half our population in the blink of an eye. My sister Vashti among them. I could no longer live in a society that won't put its people first. That would destroy itself in the name of a god that has done nothing for us.
Is it a dedicated salvager? So I'm wondering, because I mean, technically the Vulture is a dedicated salvager, and you get the Buccaneer as like a loner ship. That way, you know, you can do a reading commander with it. So I'm wondering what the loner ship would be for that one. So sure say you've been misled, brother, and must seek his guidance. I'll never understand religion, especially at extreme levels like this. I'll never understand those who value faith more than family. I'm not sure what to think. Sometimes what our faith commands of us goes beyond blood.
And if Varun society continues down this path, when we bring about our own end, will that faith be worth it? Anasko's experiments, execution punishments, us versus the rest of the settled systems.
Does it automatically print RMC then?
Away from all this. To start my own life, I ask that you give me that chance.
Or is it a mining ship? I assume it's like a Vulture? Okay, so it is a salvage ship. That's cool.
I pray.
You need to return home for your responsibilities.
I can't go back. I want nothing to do with that life.
You tried already, Hobbs? Don't let your people down like this. You're in no position to make a rational decision. Need help out here. Anyone who helps you is at risk.
They are hardly my people anymore.
There's no way you're thinking clearly right now. If you stayed, you could help push the changes you want to make.
I suppose you have a point.
They're probably available to subscribers next month. That is a good point. If it's a brand new ship, it might be available now. I think last time they dropped the ship mid-month, they gave 2 ships to subscribers. It's slower than the vultures. It only has 1 head. Ah, that kind of stinks. Things will never change if people like you walk away. Victor can't lose 2 kids. This will ruin him. You're in a position to be making rational decisions. You need help out here. Anyone who helps you is at risk. It's not available to subscribers now. Can't confirm.
You have a point.
Well, Victoria should be crushed. Found eventually it's not safe. There's no way you're thinking clearly. You need help out here. Oh, let's see here. You like that one?
It does weigh heavily on me. All right. I concede. I can see how I may have acted abruptly. Vashti's death. So much devastation. So much loss. But will my father even take me back?
Convince him. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Returning to Dazra is something I can hardly believe myself. So point made. I'll need to make some preparations before I return. Gathering my things and making sure Bella and Boris are taken care of. I'll be along shortly.
Same here. I'm going to stick around and help Barrick out. Besides, I don't think I want to be around when you report back to Victor. Do me a favor and find me later at the Herald's Rest.
Return to Victor. I noticed that one. This must be the male equivalent. Ride that creature into war. That's what they need in this game. You should be able to ride these things, run around and like smack them with their head. Hey, you'll have to let us know how it goes, right? Does it? So you said it has more storage than the Vulture, but it's a little bit slower when it comes to scraping. I wonder if it's going to be as efficient as like the Reclaimer, or if it's like in between. Well, guard site. Against hostiles is still bugged. Use item out, wizard. What's bugged about it? The enemies aren't spawning. Well, that's not good. I figured the servers might be a little messy, whatever. Everyone's trying to like force themselves on after this update. So that might just be hopefully day 1 bugs and it'll be clear out by tomorrow. Or people have already found a way to break it. Should be record timing.
All must serve.
What news do you bring, Amaja?
Praise above, the Great Serpent has led your son back home.
The Great Serpent is truly merciful.
Is this true? You allowed a traitor to live.
It's the same problem as the pre-patch. I think they said they didn't have all the things fixed, like the duplication of Orison. I'm pretty sure that's still a thing too. The next best thing, I persuaded him to return. I convinced him to return. Don't make me regret it. I allowed your son to live and persuaded him to come home. Your judgment may have been impaired. I made a decision.
Impaired?
Victor, this is great news. Truly, the Great Serpent has guided him back to you.
Well, not exactly the Great Serpent, but I have returned nonetheless. Father, I admit I had no intention of coming back, but the Armiger found me. He helped me see under a different light. Will you forgive me?
Victor, How dare you stall when your son has asked your forgiveness?
Great. The serpent is offering you a second chance? Your son has returned to support you in your house? Yeah, try being a real father for once.
Yes, I see that now.
Father,
Yes.
I have returned out of love and support for you and House Vetal. I am ready to dedicate myself fully.
Do you have any idea the trauma you have caused me? The damage you could have wrought upon this house?
It was never my intention to harm you or this house. Losing Vashti. So much devastation. I feared we devoted ourselves blindly to a path that would lead to our end. I let my emotions get the best of me. I lost my way, but I have returned. Repentant and ready to serve.
So you can relate to those feelings? You can start over and let this experience bring you closer. Reconciling will allow House Withal to be stronger than ever before.
The Armiger is right, brother. This is the chance for both of you to clear the air and build a new, stronger understanding.
So I stand corrected. Varric, I have always seen myself in you, son. Even the weaker emotional side. Much like your aunt does for me, I know Vashti did for you. She was your anchor. It should be no surprise how her death drove you away.
Thank you, Father. All I ask is for your understanding and forgiveness.
And you shall have it.
It's good to have you back with us, Varric.
You put my son back on the right path and guided him home.
You're welcome. Put too much pressure on him and he broke. Your son needs a father, not the house elder.
Come, Varric. Let us get you resettled.
Now that we have a bit more privacy, I wanted to discuss the matter of any traitors among us. Did you find anyone who aided my son in his treachery?
Leave your son acted alone, and Varric kept it close to his chest. He told no one. Trust me when I say his situation was handled.
Good. Unfortunately, I have heard ramblings among the people of Varric's disappearance. Wardens are dealing with the matter as we speak. But, while not the orders given, you restored this house and have my gratitude. Here, the access code that Ekris needs to connect to the power grid. Now go. Obviously, my son and I have much to discuss.
So that should be all three of the houses done.
Idle hands and minds are where heresy is sown.
So we just have to run down. Now I am kind of curious, like the guy that we just saw a second ago, I assume he's also going to be a crew member, so we just have to head over to the bar to pick him up. Which means technically there's 2 crew members that you can get from the DLC. Let's head over there and check real quick. I'm pretty sure the main mission is going to continue off towards the ending there. Let's see. The guy wanted us to meet him at the bar. I believe it should be this floor right here.
I am still here.
Credits running low. Ugh, what am I going to do?
I'm done after this one. I promise.
Neighbor.
Lest you lose your purpose as well as your home.
Wait a second.
This bar is the only thing keeping many people sane.
Oh, Hobbs. I don't know if you saw it last night. I actually found a helmet with duct tape on it. It looks super cool.
Have friends if they just leave in the end.
With Varric back, I hope he plans on settling his tab.
What's the one phrase you say the most? Mine?
Team. There you are.
I'm sorry, officer. I don't know how.
Okay, cool. Never seen that before. I thought it was really cool.
Business sorted. Whole thing was starting to be a real pain in the ass.
Kinda useless. You got 1 star in payloads, 2-star stealth, 1-star pistol certification. Could have done it without your help.
So that's your play, huh? Gassing me up. I don't care enough to stop you. Anyway, seeing as I don't have a ship, I'm kind of out of a job. So I was thinking, if you're looking for an extra hand, I got two. They both work well enough, I mean, for my age anyway. But fair warning, I can't do all that moving around and trying new things, stuff that the kids do. Because fact is, I'm retired. Not from work, but life.
As it happens, I'm looking for an additional crew member.
We're on the same page. Good. Oh, and one other thing. I've got a reputation. You ask anyone about Tain Salaver, and they'll tell you he's old and lazy and useless with a gun. And I'm here to tell you that's only half true. I am old and lazy, but I'm okay with the gun.
It's good enough for me. Welcome aboard. I'm not sure you'll be much use then. I'm surprised you carry yourself with such a youthful vigor. Why would I want someone old and lazy on my crew?
That easy, huh? Didn't even have to bribe you or lie about how good looking you are. Well then, just tell me where you want me.
Alright, so we'll just put you there. He doesn't exactly seem like he's the most trustworthy, but you know what, it'll be fine.
Guess I'll be heading out. See you later, Captain.
Another crew member acquired.
Positive so
Time to put the final key in.
I wish we'd known about this research. Perhaps we could have benefited more from it. Did Victor finally relinquish the access code?
Yes. Site has the code on it.
Excellent. We'll finally have the resources to fully charge the morning device. Now, give me a moment to set up the grid.
Yeah, I just need to get on and divvy up like the one last payment, but I got everything else split up between everybody. I think you made, I want to say it was like 660,000 or something.
It is done. Armiger, will you do us the honor?
Sure would love to. There we go.
All personnel to stations. Clear the platform.
Activating power grid interlink.
Powering draft drive.
Field projector. Standing by.
Extending stabilizers. Gas field stable.
Is it working?
Capacitors fully charged.
All stations.
Scorpion SRV and Elite is really fun. Honestly, I like the Scorpion so much better than the Scarab. It's a little bit slower, but it's like a lot heavier and it handles terrain so much better. You can still do like the exobiology with it too. Some people say you can't, but you definitely can. I gotta shoot it.
Adjusting counterweights.
Locking accident field. Device is in position.
It's time. On your mark.
I'm on its 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fire.
Shall pierce the shell of the rock.
Focus.
Beam on target.
Compensating for recoil.
It is working. Steady.
10 feet to stabilize.
Detecting graviton flux.
Fluctuations in the draft field.
Hold. We cannot fail the speaker now.
Rerouting power.
Burning out.
Enough. Shut it down.
Cutting power.
Draft drive cycling down. Retracting stabilizers.
Shutdown complete.
Clear. Well done, all. Well done.
It'll work?
We've done all we can. I am sure the council is waiting to speak with you.
Well, off to bed. Have fun, guys. Have a good night, wizard. And you got everything set up in Star Citizen, though. That's awesome to get everything fixed. I ended up doing a fresh install on mine.
We may yet prevail. I was not certain this would work, but it seems the Serpent has blessed us.
You have always lacked faith, Dulkev.
One could argue that faith got us into this mess in the first place.
Enough! It is time for action, not bickering.
Agreed. We must secure the Citadel. Send in everyone.
Are you mad? We have no idea how stable this is. No idea what is happening inside.
Great Serpent has guided us this far. He will not abandon us now. Seems like rushing things caused all this to begin with. We need to take it slow. Whatever we do, we better do it quickly. Didn't you have a plan once the device works?
Your conviction is admirable. Committing a large force is impossible. There have been reports of increased zealot activity, no doubt in response to what we have been doing here.
It would be unwise to leave Dazra even more vulnerable than it already is.
And, to be candid, we have no idea what will happen to anyone entering the Citadel. We must minimize the potential risk.
He's setting us up for failure.
It is only fitting that it should be you.
Really? I do not doubt our newest member's conviction, but...
What else can we do? He is the only one who can communicate with Anasco. Save as much as you can. Save it all, if possible, but the Speaker must be your priority. Do whatever it takes to bring Anasco back to us.
Almost, sir. I'll be right back. I'm not making any promises. Your Serpent doesn't get any credit for any of this. We're the ones making it happen.
You are not the first to argue the point, but now is hardly the time. When you have returned safely, we can debate until the end of our days what part the Serpent has played. Focus on what matters now. We will speak again soon, I hope.
If I don't come back, you know what's happened to me. An hour and a half. Honestly, I thought the third house would be much harder to actually get through. It seemed like the second house was like the biggest time sink, but that was mainly because it was a lot of combat stuff, which I mean, there still might be some more combat stuff now too. But I mean, technically, it seems like we're actually getting towards the end. I haven't done much of like the side quests in this area, because last time I did one, it was just like go deliver food from A to B. It really seemed like too... I like doing side quests when they're story rich and actually have like a purpose, and less about doing busy work. Like, oh, this farmer wants you to go around and collect some chickens, versus the farmer's being kidnapped. He needs you to rescue him, and you'll be able to get like the super cool weapon that you never would have got if you never saved him. Or like in Mass Effect, whenever you like rescue somebody and they actually like carry over to the next game, that's what more games need for side quests and less about like the busy work. I haven't really seen too many side quests in this area. Maybe that delivery one. Alright, so we're 50 meters away. I'm guessing our companions so not joining us. So far, no one's attacking. This is why we couldn't go before, because we had to hit that big cannon shot to shoot the walls down. Sealed Citadel location discovered. I guess another question is, if you start like a new game plus, or like whenever you reach New Game Plus, is that going to reset your like whole DLC storyline? Like, would you have to do the whole DLC to get to this point again? Or carry over? expecting him to just randomly start attacking us. Target on you.
There's no hiding from the serpent's wrath.
Oh, there they are. Definitely not the most accurate pistol, but it's decent. Also, while I was watching over here, I had 3 pirates shooting me while I was idling over at Juice crash site. I see you're still trying to get all your engineering stuff caught up. What about you, Fuzzle? What would be your first few starter ship purchases in Elite Dangerous? It was nice enough that I was able to have a friend sort of speed up the process a little bit, getting our first mining ship. Which also, he's the one that really loves Omicron. He was nice enough to be able to get us some starting cash to be able to afford us the ability to mine in the game, which I think that's probably the first step to making like decent money. So you're not really going to be able to do too much when it comes to like combat in the Sidewinder. Going to buy a single ship, Cobra Mark 5, or the Mandalay. I was talking about more about in-game credits. Range and multi-role capabilities. Although I will say, I'm pretty sure Sniper was talking about the Cobra Mark 5 being like the best all-arounder for like newer people. Yeah, like from a Sidewinder, like fully free to play. So you just start with Cobra Mark 3? That's what I ended up doing too.
Why have friends if they just leave in the end?
Oh man, do I have to listen to that whole convention again? Are you even on my team?
Huh.
Yeah, we get it.
So that's your plan. Anyway, so I was thinking, but fair warning, because fact is...
Yep, well, you're also a lady. Yep, join the crew.
On the same page.
You're welcome aboard.
You ask anyone, and I'm here to tell.
Good enough, welcome.
That easy, huh? Yep. Well then.
Perfect.
Guess I'll be heading out. See you later, Captain.
Shoot.
Why is staying positive?
Well, we get to see the cool shot again, though. We got the key. Yep.
Did Victor?
Yep, we did. Yes. Here you go.
Excellent. Now give
Excellent. Let the world domination begin. This time we know to be a little bit more mindful of our health. I didn't think the little scorpion would be able to wipe us out that quickly. That was my bad.
Routing power. It is done. Armiger, will you do us the honor?
Yes, I will hit the button.
All personnel to stations. Clear the platform.
Activating power grid interlink.
Powering draft drive.
Field projector, standing by.
Sending stabilizers.
Red field, stable.
Capacitors fully charged.
All stations reporting. Ready to proceed with targeting.
Aye, lock in targets.
Targeting system engaged.
Well, they're often stepping from the Sidewinder, but they're all sorts of slated towards various directions. Cobra Mark 3 is just capable of multi-role. Let new players do anything. Doesn't have too much swords though.
Locking axial pivot. Devices in position.
It's time. On your mark.
5, 4, 3, 2, fire.
Fire.
And shall pierce the shell of the world.
Focus.
Beam
team, on target.
Compensating for recoil.
It is working. Static.
Detecting graviton flux.
Fluctuations in the grav field.
Hold! We cannot fail the speaker now.
Rerouting power.
Burning out.
Enough! Shut it down!
Cutting power.
Grav drive cycling down.
Journey 0 points.
Tracking stabilizers.
Shutdown complete.
Clear! Well done, all. Well done. We have done all we can. I am sure the Council is waiting to speak with you.
Alright, so it's still Restream bot that moves the chat over. I was kind of curious because OBS has like its own multi-stream chat now, but it looks like it doesn't actually like move things over to Twitch, where like the Restream bot at least like moves it around so people can actually like converse with each other inside the chat. For some reason, it doesn't seem to do that in the other way.
The device has worked. I was not certain this would work, but it seems the Serpent has blessed us.
You have always lacked faith, Dulkev.
One could argue that faith got us into this mess in the first place.
Enough. It is time for action, not bickering.
Agreed.
Everyone.
We must secure the Citadel. Send in everyone.
Are you mad? We have no idea how stable this is. No idea what is happening inside.
Serpent has gotten us this far. He will not abandon us now.
Your conviction is admirable. Committing a large force is impossible. There have been reports of increased zealot activity, no doubt in response to what we have been doing here.
It would be unwise to leave Dazra even more vulnerable than it already is.
And, to be candid, we have no idea what will happen to anyone entering the Citadel. We must minimize the potential risk.
See where this is going? I don't suppose I can say a no thank you.
To do so would condemn at least our speaker, and perhaps all in Dazra.
Really? I do not doubt our newest member's conviction, but...
What else can we do? He is the only one who can communicate with Anasco. Save as much as you can. Save it all, if possible, but the speaker must be your priority. Do whatever it takes to bring Anasco back to us.
Be right back. I'm not making any promises. You're starting to get rid of this? What if I can't do anything?
I do not believe we have come this far only to fail now. You must believe that as well.
Seems like a lot of people like the Type 6 as the next stage up. I'm not making any promises.
I am not asking you to. I know better than most that we have no idea what to expect from this moment forwards. But all that has happened cannot be for nothing. I will pray the Serpent continues to guide you. We will speak again soon, I hope.
I agree. Alright, so let's jump across. By the way, Fozzel, I believe I'm going to keep Thursday and Fridays set up for Elite Dangerous and have Star Citizen on Mondays. Tuesdays, I'm going to keep more of like a single player game, just, you know, mix up a little bit. Then Wednesday, obviously, off. That's going to be like my normal schedule there. That way I don't get too burned out on Elite Dangerous, because there's plenty of content to do. You know, at least like spreads out all this stuff, because it does get a little grindy sometimes. Still a really fun game though. And obviously, if they have like some major event, I'll focus more on Elite Dangerous whenever all those big events are going on. Especially whenever the Twitch drops are starting to happen. I'll definitely be sure to be streaming the whole time. Good morning, Elite. That's almost perfect placement for the goat. Ran all the way up here the first time, and then I sat there and goofed off, and then I died. And then I had to do it all over again, so now we're back. That's why I'm sort of running past these people, because we've seen them before. Just to prevent the conversations, because it does get a little much. Crew members, we got health, we'll be fine. You're dead.
Whatever it was, it must have run off.
What have you been playing lately, Elite? Up to anything fun? I see we've been doing a bunch of Helldivers. It's actually a pretty cool looking armor set. She's still fighting somebody. I'm never gonna hit this dude. Her aim is horrible.
They're back. We won't let them slip away again.
I think she's able to find her relatively quickly. Little chicken, get back here. Helldivers was going to play some Call of Duty, but it had a big update, so next time. I'm talking about multiplayer or zombies, Elite? This is freeze on time. I haven't actually played any of the zombies in Black Ops 6. The multiplayer, but I haven't played the zombies.
We've got them now.
They're so good, just making sure they weren't spawning behind us. Zombies, but if my zombies are almost bad, then going to play multiplayer. Run away from us, you little scorpion chicken. So we're dead. It's in our inventory. Let's actually map some of our aids that I completely forgot to do. See your still favorite you. Which is, let's see here. So I noticed a lot of the DLC, it's actually kind of hard to get to a point where you have like a decent amount of meds in it. We went to like the store to like try to get some stuff and we just couldn't find any. I'm gonna hold off on healing just in case there's like a bed that we can lay down, because we'll get some free heals regardless. Zombie maps are pretty good with a lot of things to do in them, from Easter eggs to random fun things.
You're really here. Oh, I feared what I saw. That connection we made was yet another vision. This is real, is it not?
A figment of your imagination. Here to rescue you. You can see me this time. You're not imagining it. I'm really here.
I knew the serpent would deliver me from this nightmare, but there must be some way out. Every time I have attempted to leave this place, I find myself lost, wandering, unable to see. There is nothing out there. Tell me, what of Dazra? The people of House Varun? I have had terrible visions, a dreadful sense of loss.
The city is gone. Whatever you did here was ruining everything. Don't worry about it right now. We need to focus on getting you out of here. Overpopulation will be a problem for long, maybe ever.
You would make light of such a terrible thing? I can find no humor in this. You must believe me. We meant none of this. All of the research, the calculations, we thought we could contain it. I only ever wanted to help. To improve, to elevate House Varun.
And ask for forgiveness once we get out of here. Let's just focus on shutting the whole thing down.
You do not understand. We cannot simply leave. The chain reaction that started, it is self-sustaining. We tried everything. We had hoped we could complete the experiment, but then the vortex interlock burned out. You have one, don't you? I can feel the power from here. Then the serpent truly has sent you to us. I wish I could guarantee your safety, but I am graced by the serpent and have retained my faculties. So many of my people were not as fortunate. You will have no choice but to deal with them. The reactor level is below us. Bring the interlock there. We will need it if we wish to see this through.
So basically he's like, oh, my people are crazy. And see? Good reason we didn't heal, because it healed us for free. Dealing with it. You're dead. We'll kill him. So when you go that way. Let's say they did a really good job with the environment in this game too. I will say the DLC, if this is the end, $30 was kind of short. So I am kind of curious to see like if the next DLC continues to like expand on one planet, or if it's going to like introduce like a whole new system.
Get behind me!
You. Did they peace out? Nah, they're still here. So grab you. Now, skill-wise, we haven't actually put too many points into it, so let's check our... Let's see here, energy weapon, damage is reduced by 5%. That's physical, that's why. Social, combat. So we want some EM weapons, I believe. We got 20% more damage. We'll work on our next challenge and we'll head that way. You shall perish. It's kind of cool that he actually recognized that he was shot in the face. There you are.
We cast the accursed into the shadows.
Do vulture scraping. What signal am I looking for? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, etc. So you need a number of 2,000. I mean, honestly, for solo vulture, it's probably faster than solo prospector. You should be able to make at least 450k an hour. So, like, for example, last night we got paid about 650k for like 6 hours. That's because it's group play. If you're by yourself, obviously you get way more money.
And I beheld a great serpent, coiled at the heart of all creation. His form...
2,000 the lowest and like 40,000 is the highest signal.
Behind his eyes burns the fire of 1 billion suns.
That's if you have 39 boxes in your vulture though.
Thundered through the cosmos. You are of me. And there, outside of space and time, I was shown that we, all of us, are his creation.
Yeah, of course, you're welcome.
For now he slumbers in the beyond, but soon he returns. We, the promised, are called upon to prepare the way.
The way. Yeah, Elite, I'm still working on it. I need to figure out how to be better at making shorts and like highlight clips, but I did start a whole nother channel on YouTube for it. So hopefully I'll be able to, you know, grow a little bit better, since obviously that's like the proper way of doing it. I've seen enough people do it that now I'm catching on. You told me to do that a long time ago with, was it Warhammer? Almost 750k units of Terranite. Rock was in a rented ship. I'm guessing the Terranite disappeared in Mustang. Well, all commodities would have got wiped anyway, so unless you actually had it stored in a station, I believe it would have been a race. That's not good at all.
Security lockdown.
It all in the hangar, now it's all gone. So you did put it in the hangar and it just erased it? You never actually unloaded it. Day's work gone. Yeah, rented ships are kind of finicky. You definitely want to try to do everything in your own personal ship. Commodity doesn't save on soft lives. You need to stop the refinery order, short, sell it off before the reset. I don't even know if he got to the sell point, Hobbs. At least the way he described it sounded like he never actually sold it. You're talking about rock mining, right, Mustang? Like a ground vehicle, or you meant with like a prospector? Yeah, okay, so the ground vehicle. Gotta be missing something, right? This game single player, right? Yeah, Starfield single player. It's on Game Pass. Honestly, I really like it. I know it had a lot of hate for some reason, but I think it's a pretty fun game. It plays like a Bethesda game, so don't like expect anything different out of it. Something's not right. Just sit there and take the bullets. You'll be fine. Best crew member in the game.
I can't see! I'm fine.
He's new on the job. Sorry, robot. The most hilarious thing is, it's almost like Starfield made a better RoboCop than RoboCop did.
System damage. Please.
This whole slow down time ability. Still, commodities that wouldn't persist on a soft light. Yeah, whenever a soft light's happening, especially like, for example, in the future, if you have more ships, obviously this one, they did a soft light like super quick. But for example, if we were like on 4.02 or whatever, for example, you would want to make sure all of your ships were repaired and stored at a station. If they're in a destroyed state, you have a possible issue where they'll just like disappear from your hangar. That's why a lot of people recommend just buying ships, that way you don't actually have to worry about that. Your friend or you? It's not killing us. Let's let that dude live. I don't know what he's about to do, but we'll let him live. Either do rock or the salvage. I think both will be about the same price, Mustang.
Another offering for the great serpent.
Serpent wishes you to die. It's kind of cool that they got like these little door portals. I don't know what they're for, but it's really cool. All schematics and data for the Vortex interlock device has been transferred to the Citadel database. The sample device delivered by the speaker was once disassembled and reverse engineered. The team is confident they can replicate the device and is fully functional within a week. Current focus is on creating a single new interlock for the Pinnacle project. After the successful tests have been verified, production can be ramped up to build more. Item immediately transfers to the Pinnacle project have been approved for director's level personnel. As per the speaker's direct orders, any requests coming from the said project should be prioritized above all other research. Experiment results should be reported promptly upon completion as time is a factor. Current work on a vortex containment field should continue as time allows. Destroy the modular and the security lockdown. Simple. Grab the helmet. I haven't really been gathering too many like collectibles around here. I really like the outfit that we got though. It's behind door number 2. Okay, so this takes us back to where we started. Let's go that way. those are locked. Our way. Nice. Loading. Shall be eliminated.
Circuit black box. Processors failing.
Let's another one. Get you level 6.
This unit can no longer serve House Varun.
Funny thing is, I mean, technically we're with House Varun the way we picked our character. Shouldn't be shooting us. We'll take the spacesuit. See, so there's nothing really over there. So we need 2 close by, 2 spread apart. So that'd be this. You. So we need the other 2 close by, and that should rotate just enough. And then we need the 2 spread apart. Grab it. It's kind of useless, but we'll grab it. All right, so we got a vent. I'm guessing this takes us over to the. So I thought that was going to be the 2 close by one, but that's not going to work. Got that. Then we add you, rotate you around. And bam! And onion! It's this, takes us back to the room. We've already been in? Turrets are down. Alright, so we got some groat milk. This takes us back to the room that we originally cleared out. Came through the other side. There was like this little portal here. Knocked you out. That door was open. So that must be a shortcut back. You're destroyed. What we have to do now is end security lockdown. Research facilities are back online following the installation of the Vortex interlock system on the reactor level. Minor variants have been detected since the last time, but we remained within tolerance. Failsafe systems have been augmented and should trigger automatic should these tolerances be exceeded. Learn to power levels and regularly log results as the new series experience for the critical project commences.
Override. Lockdown.
It's reactor level. kind of funny. So our whole storyline, we basically did it with a knife, and the whole DLC, we did it with a... damn weapon.
Serpent guides my hand!
Circuit error. Processors failing. Catastrophic damage. Transferring data to black box.
Let's grab like you. Got some junk. You know what? We can just like drop the stuff. We haven't actually built like a house in any of these DLCs yet. Like any storyline at all. So I'm not too worried about carrying this stuff. Someday we might actually build a base in this game. Especially if it's like a bigger factor inside the next DLC. So if you guys are enjoying it, then we'll definitely be checking out the next one.
As I said, a new vortex interlock is needed. The reactor must be stabilized before we can proceed.
So do we assume this is the good guy, or do you think he's the bad guy trying to trick us all? That's the better question. Got some duct tape. I don't see any like books around here that's like, don't do it! Whatever you do, don't trust this speaker. He's going to get you killed. I assume whoever would make that story would probably be dead. Got that. You're too close. We have to do you. Something in my eye. Alright, so let's see.
We did not anticipate that we might err in our recreation of the vortex interlock, or that we could overload it.
Yes, he didn't. So we put ours inside. Flip both switches.
Finally, it is time. Come, see what you have helped to save.
Could go wrong. They have an army down here?
With all that has gone wrong, all we have sacrificed, I confess I had lost hope. I grew up hearing stories of my grandfather's communion with the Great Serpent, the immense responsibility he was given to create and guide House Vyril. By the time I became speaker and inherited that responsibility, So much had changed. The once proud glory of House Varun was diminished. We had lost our way, and I alone could not discern a path forward. I required the Great Serpent's guidance once more. So, I set out to find him.
So do I grant you think you could just demand an audience with the Great Serpent? It doesn't seem to have worked. All this was just to contact the Great Serpent.
Perhaps. But were that true, were he to judge me for it, I could accept that. It would have been worth it, all the same. Perhaps that judgment still awaits me, for thus far I have not seen his glory in person. I learned that my grandfather had attempted something similar. I found reassurance in that idea that he, too, sought additional instruction from the Serpent. And over time, I began to see that the Great Serpent had indeed left a path for me, hidden amongst the experimental failures and setbacks. This vortex, the place between places, and the energy it holds, could be harnessed, refined, directed.
Perhaps the Great Serpent always intended for this course of events.
You see it too, then? Yes, I believe that is so. Utilizing the vortex energy, we have learned that we can create powerful warriors, capable of teleporting vast distances in an instant. The brave volunteers in this room await the chance to be the first wave of soldiers loyal to the Great Serpent and our cause. House Varun can project force on a scale unimaginable in the history of the human race. Jinan Varun's mandate can be fulfilled. The Serpent's crusade can begin anew. Despite all that has happened, their life support system has remained stable. Just one more sign from the Great Serpent that we are following his will. And now, the glorious honor falls to you, my faithful servant. Activate the pods. Carry out the Serpent's will, and begin House Varun's triumph!
God, is it going to make me choose? Use the intercom to talk to Anask, release the Phantoms, or terminate the pod life support?
Please, I have waited so long for this. Just activate the pods!
Really want to restart the Serpent's Crusade, wage war on the settled systems.
What other choice do we have? The heathens and heretics loathe our very existence already. Why not be what they expect? By finishing what Jinan Varun started, we fulfill our duty to prepare the way for the Great Serpent. And none will ever again dare mock or belittle us.
So there's some other way.
Why would we reject the perfect opportunity when the Great Serpent has so clearly placed it within our grasp? He calls us to act, and we must answer that call.
Why do I have to be the one to do this?
Well, surely you can see that I am unable, or else I would have done it by now. And I think it fitting that the Great Serpent has led you this far, to now allow you to be the one to restore House Varun to greatness.
What exactly happens if I activate these pods?
You yourself must have encountered the Phantoms in Maleen Dam. You know how formidable yet limited their abilities were. The Varun soldiers suspended within these pods are an improvement on all of that prior work. Activate the system, and they will be suffused with vortex energy, making them nearly invulnerable, giving them almost unlimited engagement range. that House Varun's ascent to glory has begun. None will be able to deny it.
So, I make super soldiers that could possibly give us huge issues when we have to fight later on, or I can choose to kill them. The Vortex Crusade protocol, or we have life support. Firm shutdown.
What have you done?
He's not gonna be happy.
You think you can override the will of the Great Serpent? You pledged yourself to House Varun, but you are like all the rest. Weak of will, short of sight, a betrayer. And in the end, you have changed nothing. There will always be one more willing to serve, and once I have restored the Citadel, I will find them and send them out into the settled systems.
Intruders in level. Emergent.
Zealots! Of course they would attempt to poison this, as they do all things. They will not stop me. The work will be completed now! Come then, all of you, ascend the Citadel, or squabble amongst yourselves. I will await you at the pinnacle.
Reach the pinnacle. So, I mean, he was making super soldiers, which I assume would be a bigger pain than just fighting one guy, so that's why I decided just to kill them off. Plus, it seems like he's sort of going on, like, the crazy side of things, so they're probably not the most stable. On top of that, those people were super annoying to fight. If they weren't so annoying to fight, then maybe they would have lived. But they kept taunting us when we died a couple times last time, so you know what? We got a revenge! I thought we'd be fighting him.
Forward! Reclaim the Citadel! Restore the true way!
Strike up from it! This is our hour!
Strike fast, strike hard. My turn. I'd be able to see one of the two there. Get a zealot behind the stairs there. I can't believe we actually landed that. So we still have a couple phantoms down this way. some time. We'll get our health back up. Also, I feel like instead of offering to rescue them, they should have offered to have us get the abilities that they have, and I feel like that would have gone down a little bit differently. Instead, it was power on our super soldiers that clearly are going to kill you regardless. The button fast enough. How engineering fans love the manufacturing mirage from form and function. These ships are regarded by enthusiasts. Alright. You have a do-over? It's time to kill them all. Did I have one more coming up? Yeah, there we go.
This is our hour.
What I do is wait for them because they will come to us.
Get behind me!
I don't quite understand why she keeps saying get behind you whenever there's a grenade. I don't know if she has like some ability or she just wants to like jump on top of the grenade and save us, maybe. I also can't tell, are the zealots also fighting the entities right now? Because this really seems like they are.
I can take you!
Alright, let's try this. Man. So last time we just got too much in the open. This time we're not going to do that. We're just going to run through, clear, move across, and we'll just keep doing it this way. Snake around. They want you to be a snake. There's snakes everywhere. You're down. A whole bunch of super soldiers. Now, another possibility is just like run past them all. It's not like they're going to be fighting each other regardless, so it's not like you actually have to fight. Wait. So that means we can come around over this way. So it's just a room. This is going stairs. Nice. The high chambers. You don't want to waste all your health and ammo on like the low level people when you know there's going to be a boss fight. You're dead. So we'll take that, and then we need to go back inside our inventory, remap all of our aids since we technically ran out of them. Let's see here. So it's not necessarily like a healing item that we have on our second one. Oh, we'll put that on the third one. The second one's going to be a damage buff, which we'll save for the boss fight, if we remember it. Hopefully we will. The stairs full of that gobbledygook, so clearly we're supposed to be going around this way. I'm gonna have to mess with you, because we are the Flash! I guess think we are running super speed, because everyone else is slowed down. That means this does the Flash better than the Flash, and it does Robocop better than Robocop. So when you go on the inside, but stabber. Everybody's home.
Systems initiating shutdown.
Load. See, now, I mean, that just looks like normal armor. It's nothing like super cool. If they had like a real unique armor set, then obviously we'd be stopped for it.
On that part.
Second skill. Shield me from death.
Our companion's fine. Don't worry about her. She's just being dramatic. Let's see here, so grab you. Nice, more health. Sweet. See, like, there's way too much health around here for them not to have a boss fight. I feel like maybe they sort of push us towards this anyways. Well, how my grandfather did it. She built all this by hand to shepherd his people through not only the creation of House Rune, but the founding of Dazra, on through the triumphs and failures of the Serpent's Crusade. How did he not break? As I watched my father rule, I believe that, while I may not have been blessed with the same direct contact as my father before him, perhaps the Serpent might whisper to him and guide his hand. I now know how false that belief was. My father heard nothing, just as I hear nothing. My daily prayers go unanswered. I cannot abide by the silence. It is maddening. I am left with the braying cries of all these hungry mouths to feed. So petty in their selfish immediate desires, I have none in whom I can confide, as they would a mission of this silence to further their own schemes, and me, I am lost, yet somehow I must lead. I do not know how my grandfather did it. What if I kept myself awake at night of late? As much as I wish to rest, my mind cannot stop pondering. What if? What if this fails? The Gate project has been kept secret from the House of Rune, but should it fail to produce the desired results, word will spread and there will be no silencing it, and we'll know I have failed. What if we miss something? The engineers assured me all the necessary safety measures are in place, but what if they simply seek to placate me rather than deliver an unpleasant truth? Should something go wrong, the effects could be cataclysmic. But at this point, what if we stopped? Could I live with myself if I knew I had something so close, only to turn aside at the last moment? Would not be cowardice. Most of all, I worry. What if this works, but there is no answer? As per the speaker's request, an assessment of the Vortex Gate project. Final installation of the gate of the scaled citadel has been completed with all the necessary power rerouted from the reactor. Engineers have been consulted on a more permanent, less invasive power and cabling system, and further analysis of the project will cause more complicated after the initial series of tests. The science team has again raised concern about the stress about being placed on the Vortex interlock connected to the reactor. While the team remains incredibly grateful for the documented and the prototype model of the speaker provided, the manufacturer interlock was not designed for so heavy load. There have been several inquiries as to who may be allowed to witness the activation of the gate and the historic events that is sure to transpire immediately afterwards. While all respect to the personnel investment of the speaker has been upcoming moment, they cannot be blamed for wishing to be present at the first direct interaction with the Great Serpent since Jinan himself originally made contact. Alright, so we got the health, we got the card. Moving on to the next room.
Despite your attempts to meddle, you have nonetheless served your part in the Serpent's plan. Neither you nor the Zealots will disrupt our achievement now. The gate will cycle one more time, shifting the Citadel into the Vortex. You and those bothersome Zealots trapped inside will be cast into the void forever. And I will carry on the crusade myself.
Not getting rid of me that easily? I have to shut this down before you hurt anyone else. You're a monster.
No. I speak for the Great Serpent. I carry out his will.
Your will shall be die. Demise sounds better. Although the Vortex Gate, kill an Aswarun. Or you have little buddies. Great Serpent wishes you to bow. Slow down time, you're gonna get shot in the face. Say no way he's that easy.
I am the Serpent's chosen. I know his head.
Get rid of all these vortexes because they are a pain in the butt.
To me, defend the gate!
Like 0 out of 4. What's supposed to be doing? So we just gotta run up the stairs. For you to die.
Our suffering shall not be in vain!
so basically you open this up, then you have to shoot it. These are getting a little wonky. Go back up top. I'm trying to like not run out of oxygen here. Score too. We are Starborn, so we'll probably live, theoretically. If not, we'll be anew. Really wish we could clear out our inventory, but it's fine. All we got is one more thing to go. So now that we're here, stop, we'll get some oxygen. Escape! So now that we're out of that, we need to do first the atmosphere. Oh, we can fall through the floor. Okay. Simple. You.
I feel the serpent cord. All things are shared between the promised.
Fantastic. So let's just put like everything that's heavy on her.
Herald's Guide.
Serpent. Gives you glory. What?
I don't know if it was the right call. I will carry your weight.
Fantastic. Alright, so let's do the same thing again. We're not going to... We're actually going to move.
See you later.
Okay, so you must have to like take the stairs down. Like do that, and then like slowly get over to the platform maybe? Alright, bud, we're leaving. It was nice fighting you, though. You're not near as strong as and annoying as your sisters. Imagine going on the outside. Oh, we went in to save the Seeker? Nah. He was kind of a jerk. We decided to kill him instead. Hail the Serpent.
Rally! Brethren, to me!
So if we touch that stuff, obviously it moves us around. And so we need anything that has health. So both of those, it's not much health for either of them, but it's movement speed too. You lived. No saving.
Slowly, slowly. You have been through a lot. I cannot believe it. The Citadel is gone. There is no sign of Anasco. You failed. You brought us no scrap of hope for the future.
Fine, thanks for asking. I almost didn't make it out myself.
Then I suppose you are fortunate.
No one standing in this room right now is fortunate. We have no speaker, no citadel. Where is Anasco?
Ensuring Dazra's safety meant overloading the experiment. Everything inside the Citadel was lost. Anasco brought this on upon himself. He cared more about the experiment than all of you. Anasco had lost his mind. There was no saving him.
Then truly, we are lost. Without Anasco, there is no speaker. There is no way forward.
Perhaps. Or perhaps we acknowledge a simple truth. We are currently the government. We decide what happens from here.
You would dare speak of treason? Heresy!
I speak of survival.
Please, calm down, both of you.
This is not a time to be calm or sit idly by. This is a time for action. We, the three of us, are the High Council. All of House Varun looks to us for guidance. We should provide it.
She's got a point. Anasko is the only one who can rule House Varun. You're going to need a new speaker.
Yes, Jamal is right. We would have to name a new speaker.
Malabor, you cannot possibly be considering this madness. We do not have that kind of authority. It is not within our power.
Is it with my mind?
It can be. We can decide that right here, right now. We can carve a path forward for House Varun. Or else, we can sit by and watch all that we have built crumble around us.
And what assurance do I have that the two of you are not just looking to usurp power for yourselves?
Then we let the Armiger decide. And we have a herald here as a witness.
House Vithal should lead. I choose House Dulkif. House Kadik should run things. I don't think any of you are fit to lead. I think House Varun is dead and should remain so. I name myself a speaker. That's not a decision I can make. That's fair.
An amusing thought, but no. Try again.
So we have Vithal, which was kind of rude. Kadik, I think that Kadik was the annoying one. This guy was the easiest one.
Then so it shall be. House Varun moves forward from this crisis and continues to serve the Great Serpent.
All must serve.
Before you adjourn, is there not one matter more to address?
I do not understand. To what do you refer?
To the matter of the Serpent's crusade, of course. The Armiger knows of what I speak.
I don't understand. The crusade was ages ago. What does that have to do with any of this?
Explain the meaning of this at once.
Nosblade, the Great Serpent, was instructing him to restart the Serpent's crusade. Part of the experiment was to send phantoms out into the settled systems, opening a salvo in the crusade. It was usual Agnosk wasn't in his right mind.
After all this time, and we knew nothing of this. The council was never consulted.
To be fair, it has never been necessary for the speaker to consult the council. It is his decision to make.
There is nothing more to discuss. If the speaker calls for crusade, then we answer.
I can assure you all that he did indeed believe in it.
Then House Vethal agrees. The crusade begins. What does House Dulkef say?
I have no wish to defy the speaker, but he is no longer here. The Varun people need time. House Dulkef declines.
No, I should have expected as much. And what does House Kadik say?
Both of my colleagues have made valid points. The matter is complicated. I believe that for the moment, House Kadik abstains.
So, one vote for, one against. And what about you? Should we take up the sword and fight for House Varun, or continue to cower here and pity ourselves?
You would start the Serpent's crusade. Things are peaceful and should stay that way. I'm against the crusade. Can we discuss this more first?
Yes, of course. Such an immense decision can only benefit from discussion.
Do we have to make the decision right now?
You know how these things go. If we do not decide now, word will get out. It always does. Then we will have to deal with even more disarray. It is best that we control the narrative immediately.
What does starting this crusade even mean?
There is no question that we will have to start with limited engagements. For now, we strike where we can, make it deadly to travel among the stars. We put fear back into the settled systems, where it belongs.
And Dijon, why are you extending?
It seems the prudent choice at the moment. House Kadik will, of course, accept the judgment of the council no matter the decision. But to be candid, I do not wish to be the deciding vote in such a monumental decision.
Should have spoke up then. Malabor, why are you against the idea?
We have only just survived the most terrible period in the last few decades. We need at least a moment to breathe, to feel some sense of relief. And we are hardly in a position to begin any sort of major military operation, both in terms of provisions and strategic positioning. But if it is the will of the Council, of course, House Dulcaf will commit fully.
Then do we begin the crusade?
Peaceful for now.
So be it.
And with all of this out of the way, we will take our leave. You have been through a great deal and deserve a chance to rest. The home, of course, is yours. You deserve a place among us after everything. Know that House Varun is eternally grateful for all that you have done, and that the Great Serpent will one day grant you a place by his side.
You now build a Varun-style building at your outpost.
No longer looms large in our minds.
Oh, this is our house. Cool. Alright, so we got a cooking station, pharmaceutical lab, weapon workbench, spacesuit workbench, research. We got furniture that we can place down. Like random decorations. We got some posters, the Butcher's Beast, warning sign, employees only. Nope. Let's see here. Dartboards, rugs, floor mat, street decor, letters. Trying to see if there's anything that looks really different. Most of this looks normal. I guess they don't actually have credits for that then. Because among the stars, that's going to be like the normal area. That's just going to be all like the side quests. So I believe we finished the DLC. Do they have anything to like say?
Yes? See you around.
Nothing. Yes. Nothing. Let's see. Alright guys, well it looks like that's going to be it for Starfield. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you would like and subscribe. We'll be back again for the next DLC, and I'm going to start working on some more streaming assets. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for sticking around for tonight.